Hello, everyone, and welcome back to CO-OPed Up, where four friends gather around and talk casually about anything and some things. My name's Kenny, and today I'm joined by my three good friends, Cameron.
Yes.
Alan.
Yes.
And Connor.
Quite.
Now, today we're going to be getting into our secret, hidden desires, our things that we do on our own free time. I guess you could call this episode "The Boys Come Out."
Oh, no.
I want you to know that Cameron did not name it that, but
I didn't name it that on the Twitch stream, but that's okay.
We got
No, I named it something.
to do.
Not
You named it.
clickbaity.
What did you name the title?
you said you did the hidden hobbies title.
Oh, hidden hobbies.
Because it sounds better.
I guess it does sound.
Homosexuality.
It sounds more PG.
Yeah.
He likes alliteration.
I don't want to get banned on Twitch, man.
Makes sense. But before we get into that topic, let's go ahead and recap our past week. Connor, how have you been?
I've been okay. My room's kind of messy, which is a bit annoying. It's unpleasant to look at your room when it looks gross. But
Mm-hmm.
How does it look?
yeah,
gross?
I'm about to apply to my first school, and then all the other ones will follow suit pretty quickly since I have all my things I need done. And yeah, I think the one thing I'm annoyed about is I gotta cover a shift tomorrow on my day off, but who knows? Well, maybe it'll be fun.
What's in your room that's making it so messy?
Yeah. Why is it gross? Why is it making you sad?
Clothes on the ground that need to be in my laundry bin.
Mm.
Huh.
Yeah,
My current issue is that I have a bunch of like water bottles and recyclables that have just been sprawled out on the floor, and I should pick it up and throw it away, but I'll do it later.
Hey, there's always later.
Yeah.
You know how it is. You know how dogs is and all that.
How's your week been, Alan?
It's been pretty shit. I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. I'm not feeling too good half the
Okay.
time. Just kind of like in a sad spot sometimes. It gets to be that way. But
Do we get that way?
I know I do be getting that way, but it'll pan out. Everything will be okay someday. Maybe not today, but
Everything.
anyway,
now.
instead of being self-loathing for a second, I've been doing the keto diet again. I've been eating a lot of cheeses, and I think I'm gonna start eating more cheeses from now on.
Is
I don't know,
eating
like-
a lot of cheese a diet?
No, it's just that I can't have any other snacks.
Dude, I
eat
wanna be on
nuts,
that
but,
diet.
like,
I can eat nuts
Keto-
and cheese, dude. Like I don't know what else I can eat. I can eat sugar-free gum, nuts and cheese. Those are my desserts and snacks.
That doesn't seem. You can't have fruit?
No, it's got too many carbs.
no,
brother.
yeah, it's too sweet.
How about?
You gotta take multivitamins.
I'm not taking
Oh,
any
yeah, that
vitamins at
works.
all.
You're not taking any multivitamins? That's not
Nah,
good.
brother. It'll buff out.
I have the terrible tendency of like, I'll get like a bottle of like fish oil or like a multivitamin. I'm like, all right, my life changes now, and then I never take one.
Oh, yeah.
it's just
That's
in my
crazy.
fucking medicine cabinet, and then eventually I remember it's there, and then I think, oh, it's probably expired by now or some bullshit like that. It's bad.
I don't know. When's the expiration date on a bottle of multivitamins? I feel like it lasts for a really long time.
About like
It
2
probably
centuries.
does. It probably does. I just like
Well, it
to
probably
give
turns to
myself excuses
dust.
not to do things.
Turns to dust, like
I'm
powder.
sure. Yeah, it just kind of dissolves. It breaks
Just
apart.
you gotta drink it at that point.
Drink it. Oh yeah, if you mix it in with
Yeah,
something.
like mix it in with like a protein shake.
Yeah, with some bunker water after the apocalypse.
Bunker water. Have you guys ever heard of those? I don't know what it's called, but it's like green, like vegetable multivitamins.
Broccoli. Oh,
What the fuck are you talking about, dude?
No. Joji talked about this on like an interview once. He always carries with him like a bottle of like vegetable supplements that he eats instead of eating vegetables.
Yeah,
Because
no,
he doesn't
I
get a
have
lot of
a lot of
vegetables, so he
people
just
need
eats that.
that.
no idea what you're talking about.
It's like super green or
I
something
think-
like that. I think that's what it's called. Super green?
I feel like that's a really depressing. I've never had a carrot in my life. I eat these.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes I don't get enough veggies, and I'm like, I should really invest on those vitamin supplements.
It's not that hard to eat a freaking like broccoli, carrot, or like pepper or something.
I don't know about you.
Well, what if I hate
hard.
carrots? What if I hate broccoli, but I love pepper?
You cook them.
Yeah.
What if I don't want to cook them though?
First off, broccoli tastes bad no matter what you do with it.
That's absolutely not true.
I've never had good broccoli.
Steam it, butter, a little bit of garlic in the butter, and then some salt and pepper.
Actually
and that shit
No, I've done that.
You're actually a fool if you believe that.
I mixed it with like teriyaki. That's pretty good. It's pretty legit.
I would sometimes mix it in with my stir fry. Still not good.
I can't condone what you're fucking selling here.
Okay, wait. This brings up something that happened at work today.
Okay.
Some guy walked by, was talking to his father, and they were trying to pick out veggies, what to eat for dinner. And he suggested broccoli. And his son, his son seemed like an adult too, but
very sensible
they
choice.
trust each other. Yeah, but he's like, I can't. I'm allergic to broccoli. And his dad's
That's tough.
You're what? Broccoli makes me sick. I can't eat it. I mean, if you want me to eat it, I'll eat it. I'm like,
I've never seen somebody allergic to broccoli.
I think if maybe they're just making an excuse not to eat it. I don't know.
I think they are just making an excuse not to eat it.
I think they're just playing.
Big pussy.
But I kind of want to use that next time someone gives me broccoli. Oh, I'm allergic to broccoli. There's no one in the world that's allergic to broccoli. No, really. I'll die.
What if they respond with like, oh, so like you can't eat bread then, right? And you're like, what? And then you find out that broccoli is like mysteriously connected to like 50 other types of like shit. So if you're allergic to that, you basically can't eat anything.
Jeez. All right.
Like no, it's only the stem and the tree part of it. That's what I'm allergic to.
Wait, was there more to your
so
keto
you mean
thing,
all of it?
Oh no,
all of it essentially.
I was just complaining about it.
I can eat the heart.
I'm gonna recap my week a little bit, and then we'll get into it. So my week has been kind of busy. After I got done with all my schoolwork, immediately heading into the weekend, I was like forced to run so much errands. I was forced to garden all of my Sunday, and it was crazy ridiculous. I was overworked and super tired. But you know what? I'm looking forward to talking tonight with my boys, and that's what we're gonna do.
Do you like gardening?
Do I like gardening? I like gardening kind of in the fact that I don't like it when I'm doing it, but like after the fact, I feel like I did good, solid work. You know, like that satisfaction of completing something difficult, kind of thing.
Sure, yeah.
Although I don't enjoy it during the gardening process.
I don't think anybody does.
I think I've always wanted to get into gardening, but I never did.
You don't.
I tried with tomatoes, but they all turned out terrible, and then I gave up.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's my gardening story.
I've never tried touching tomatoes. Tomatoes are something else. Onions are fine, but no tomatoes.
I've done green beans. Those are pretty easy.
Green beans are pretty easy.
Yeah, you just put them in the ground. You just water
and then
them.
they grow themselves.
It's pretty simple.
They sort of like come out of the ground, sort of how like we're gonna come out with our secret hobbies.
You're really pushing this one, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, how is that supposed to phrase it?
Look, man, I'm not saying you could have done a better job, but
you could have
done a better job.
So you're saying that I could have? Never mind. What's your thing that you do, Alan? What's something that you do in private?
Your thing
that you don't really get a chance to talk about?
Me? Can I be honest? I do a bunch of nerd shit all the time. I like labbing shit out for Pokemon Showdown constantly, just checking if something will work, because I think it's funny to run really bad sets against good people and seeing them work.
What does labbing mean?
Like, I try to test it out with what would presumably be a normal set.
Mm-hmm.
and then just run it, see how it does against it, and if it does okay, I'm just like, you know what, send it, put in a team.
Huh. Do you think like I'm not too into Pokemon Showdown, but like do you think people like sometimes simulate Pokemon Showdown in order to test it out in tournaments?
Yeah, no doubt in my mind. Pretty sure people do that all the time.
Are there Pokemon tournaments?
Yeah, there's a lot of Pokemon tournaments.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that for a second.
I feel like I haven't been to. No, I'm not a person that goes to tournaments a lot, but I haven't seen a Pokemon tournament before.
Can I be honest? I haven't seen one either because I think it's kind of boring, but I like Pokemon itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't watch Pokemon at all.
You don't watch Pokemon?
No, I mean I don't watch it. What do you want me to say?
You know what? Fine.
What about
What
you?
are some other
Kenny?
stuff you do?
Me? You're still asking me?
Yeah.
I thought we were going round robin. But okay.
Oh, okay.
We got
You know
40
what? Fine.
minutes.
Let's go round robin. Let's do this. Let's do this thing. Something that I do on my free time is I feel I'm trying to think. So I do garden a lot, but
Yes, you do.
It's not really a hobby that I enjoy partaking in. I read a lot. I do draw a lot too, and sometimes I feel like I've been drawing a lot more, but I don't really post any of my art anymore. Aside from maybe like designing a thumbnail or just doing whatever, I feel like I don't share a lot of my artwork. That's personal. I feel like I should do that more though. It is something that I've always liked to do, but not something that I've always been conscious in my mind to share. Like I doodle a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't been doodling a lot myself.
I miss that.
Yeah.
I stopped doodling after high school. I feel like I should start again.
Whenever I go to my team meetings, I always doodle then. But other than that, I seldom actually draw, which is kind of depressing.
Wait, what? What'd you say?
I seldom draw unless it's like in a time where like I can't get away. I have to be in this room. Might as well sketch.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, that was me during classes, usually. But you just doodle on your free time? Like when you're not bored?
No.
They let you do that, bro?
At my team meeting?
Yeah.
Not only do they let me doodle, sometimes they steal my paper that I'm drawing on and show it to people.
I want to.
So
so cute. You're so adorable.
That's something.
It's like some middle school teasing kind of thing. Oh, how I miss those days.
Have I ever told you how cute you are, Connor? You're very cute.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
I don't like.
You're so cute that sometimes
sir.
I want to pinch your cheeks, but then I realize that you're like a couple inches taller than me, and I get intimidated.
You know, honestly, I wanted to address that. I'm not really that super tall compared to all of you guys.
You're like a giant.
What the fuck are you talking about? Can you actually shut up? You have no idea what you're saying.
Like, Matthew is like almost the same height as me.
Well, yeah, because he's tall now. I don't know what happened to him.
He's tall. So wait, so we're deciding he is also tall now.
Yes. What do you mean? He's been tall.
He's been tall for a very long time.
Well, we never but that's never something we fucking talk about. That's
it's just the fact of life, Connor.
Because it's your thing, Connor. There can't be two people with the same thing.
Is my thing?
What's your thing?
What are you talking about?
All right, whatever. You know what?
Because you're the tallest person within our friend group, and Matthew doesn't get to be tall because he's not the tallest.
He's the Nightcore guy.
All right. I know that one thing that also like embellishes the fact that like I'm big is that I'm tall, but I'm also very broad.
You've got a wide frame.
I'm pretty fucking wide, which, you know, I was gonna say recently I bought this shirt online and I was really looking forward to it, but I was like, it's a 2XL. I don't think it'll fit me like belly wise, but this will be something that I'll work to losing weight so I can wear it. and I try to put it on, and literally my frame is too fucking wide for it. And
Is that a
I
bad
got-
thing or a good thing?
That's a bad thing. You can't put it
It's
on.
a bad thing. Like I can't make myself smaller. Like I can't make myself thinner in that manner.
Sure. You can't ungirth yourself.
Yeah, it's my bones. I can't unfuck my bones.
Good. I wonder if there's ever like a measurement to like that's taken into consideration when they're measuring someone's shoulder width. Not shoulder width, but is that the right shoulder width?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Shoulder length, actually. Length. That's what it is. Sorry. But what's something you do and that's personal, Connor?
Lately I've been getting into like personal, like I don't share with you fucks. I used to make a lot of rock sculptures.
What?
I used to make rock sculptures for fun. I'd get rocks and I'd glue them together and like try to make intricate stuff. The last time I did that was probably like a year ago. But yeah, no, I kind of find it funny. I did that a lot more when I wasn't in a city that is filled with really cool rocks and shit by the shoreline. But I don't know. I kind of just got out of it because I don't have a big house anymore to put all my shit. My house isn't that big. Let's see. Did I ever tell you my rock selling story?
Rocks? You sold rocks?
Oh, I think you. I don't know if you did on the podcast.
No idea what you're talking about.
I know what it is.
So, when I was a kid, I know we talked about like my mentality as a kid. I was pretty fucking dumb. But kids, I noticed kids sell lemonade in front of their houses, right? And people pay money for it, right?
Yeah.
It's a nice refreshing beverage.
So that means you can literally sell anything in front of your house, and people will come over and buy it.
Yes.
And so there were a couple lapses in intelligence. One, instead of lemonade, let's sell rocks. And instead of summertime, let's sell it in the middle of January. So I went outside with a big cardboard box filled with rocks, and I just sat in front of my house, just hoping somebody would take the hint, stop, and like buy a rock. I had no sign.
The hint?
You had no sign?
So people were just driving by and seeing me with a big old box of rocks. And
did you have change?
I remember,
like if someone
I didn't have change. I was just like,
my goodness,
how much money you got? All right, here's the rock.
Oh, it was a bartering kind of thing.
Bartering, yeah, old times. Anyways, I run back into my house, and my mom, I don't know, probably cooking dinner, and she sees him crying. She's like, "What's going on?" Like, nobody bought a fucking rock. I was 6,
devastated.
And
that's kind of amazing, actually.
My hobby went downhill from there.
How could it have gone downhill? You were only getting started.
Essentially, what you look like to other people passing by is, it looks like you wanted to like run away from home, but then you didn't know where to go, so you just stopped in front of your house and just
with
sat
a big
there.
old box of rocks.
Your only possession. And a table?
People probably like, is he okay?
Did you have a table?
When your son, who is a geologist, gets fucking sick of your house. No, I didn't have a table. I was
just
literally sitting
on the side of a road.
I was sitting on the side of the road with a box of rocks on my lap.
Were they cool rocks?
Can I be honest with you?
Of course, you can always be honest with me, Connor.
No, not really. They were okay.
Rocks? You found them in your backyard.
They were rocks.
Actually, you had no advertising, so you couldn't falsely advertise.
So it's just a rock. Cameron, go ahead and fill my. Never mind.
Yeah?
Tell me your secret stuff.
My secrets.
So? What? Oh, what are you typing?
my
What are you?
my,
The fuck
my
is
dad
happening?
walked down and invaded me.
Oh.
I was about to tell you my secrets,
Oh.
but now they're not secret. Okay.
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 Whisper it.
So, I really fucking love going to antique shops.
Oh, I like that
You're
too.
such a
Dude.
fucking
Like, okay, well, to be more specific, I like looking at like old books, old cookbooks. Just the older the better, you know?
I don't know actually.
They hold a lot of history and interesting things that are so wild to me because they're like extinct nowadays. You know?
How could it be interesting and unique and exciting if it's old, Cameron?
Because it's stuff. Okay, so I was at the antique shop in my local area.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There was a
Happens.
book from I think it was the 1884. It's a real old fucking book.
Oh yeah.
And it was
Oh
about
my.
the farmer
old books.
movement or something.
Or something. Classic.
It was about a movement of farmers and teaching the way of the farmer. And there was a little hidden letter inside of the book, like in the binding, that I found. And it was about this one lady who gave the book to their priest and saying they got him through a bunch of sad, dark, depressing stuff. And you think, because the priest was a farmer too, apparently.
Uh-huh.
And she thought this book could help him in farming. But at the very end of the letter, it's like, or you could sell this to an antique shop for a lot of money. It's from 1884. So that explains it being in the antique shop.
Oh, I see.
Jesus Christ.
And I thought it was
I
the
mean-
funniest and most amazing thing ever.
That's actually pretty good.
I love those little, like, there's so much personality in everything that's sold there. Because, like, no one wants them. No one wants to look at them.
You're right.
And I want
You
to know
basically
why.
have to be sold on the context of where it came from.
Yeah, and then there's books about, like, entire little towns' history. And it's, like, a city with, like, a population of maybe 100 people. And this book is thick.
Huh.
I'm like, how much history can this tiny ass town have? It was like somewhere in Tennessee. And I mean, this is in Minnesota, the book I found. I'm like, what is this doing here? I want to know.
It's crazy, Cameron.
And I love that.
I think it's kind of interesting, just like you can literally have infinite history as long as you put value in what happened. Like,
Oh, yeah.
literally, we're making history right now if we bother just writing it fucking down.
But we don't.
But we don't, because it ain't worth that much.
right now.
I guess.
Like, what if we
Oh,
wrote a
they
book
work
about what
much.
we're doing right now, about podcasting,
sounds
and then
very
100
dumb.
years later,
That sounds very stupid. No one would read that.
someone
book.
finds it and they're like, wow.
And then
the past
they
was so
advertise.
weird.
Maybe you should just put it in a pawn shop. 'Cause
Yeah,
that
you'll
shit,
get a couple money, a couple bucks.
damn.
Like, what if you managed to like write on the inside of a water bottle and if you pick this up, you're dumb, and then you just
Mhm,
threw it somewhere random,
It's crazy.
and then like 100 years later, someone picks it up and they're like, "Fuck!"
Dude, that's a great prank. You should do that. Except it's called littering.
It is,
That is a bad thing.
and littering would be banned and unlawful within the next 2 years. So I don't know.
Yes.
Isn't it already law? Wait, you're saying we're
Unlawful?
Wait, what? You're saying it's not going to be illegal to be?
No, it's
to
going to
litter.
be extremely illegal. It'll have the death
It's gonna be
penalty attached
extremely
to it.
illegal. Like, you know,
Oh, I see.
if you throw like a child onto the street, you're probably gonna go to
That's
jail.
littering.
Mm.
I mean, if you do that, it's. I mean,
That's child abandonment
Now
and
you-
littering.
That's
if you
something
do that
else.
now, it could be a death penalty depending on which street you throw the kid on.
Yeah.
Right.
If it's on the Beverly Hills Street, damn, dude, that kid's going places. But like, if it's in, I'm not going to say a different city.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Good move.
Literally, you'll destroy everybody. What's something else you do on your free time, Alan?
Me?
Yeah.
I like watching Melee a lot.
Melee,
You already knew that. Wait,
this
you
man.
already knew that. Okay, let me think. Let me really think. 'Cause I guess I like playing chess sometimes, but not like a ton.
Mm.
I do like playing chess. It's a fun game. It makes me feel stupid when I lose against a computer.
Mm.
But then I remind myself that even the best players in the world lost against a computer, so I can feel better.
Some of the blessed. What's wrong with my diction today?
I don't know, brother.
The best players, really? They lose to CPU 9s?
I mean, like there are like chess computers that are just so advanced.
Oh,
dude, let me tell you something. If I was like in like a video game, like a card game, and all the card players had to have a gimmick, and mine was like I was a priest, and I had to like my line when I beat somebody, my line would be, "Looks like you've just been beaten by the blessed."
I really love you, Connor, but I don't know what that had anything to do with what I said. I still
It was
love that
based
you
on
said it.
Kenny's thing.
it's like his victory fanfare, like his victory speech.
Yeah.
It's like his victory quote. Yeah.
If I was in Pokemon and I was a priest in Pokemon,
You've been blessed.
You've been blessed by the best.
But what happens when you lose, Connor? Because you also have to pay the person when you lose.
What happens when I lose? My line is, "Well, I'm going to hell."
Okay. That's the factor that decides whether or not you go to heaven or hell.
I don't
you
think
lose
Martin Luther
Pokemon,
would support that Pope.
or maybe
He
just
wouldn't be
become
into
a
that
farmer
guy.
and like sell farming books to antique shops.
Sounds kind of stupid.
Whenever I go to antique shops and I see like sometimes antique stores will sell like Nazi memorabilia
What?
on like the pretense of like a historical lens, but that inherently means somebody had this shit before it was in there. just for giggles. What the fuck were they doing with it?
Do people
Well, I mean, I
actually
get
have...
it is really interesting. You know, it really is. It's like propaganda stuff that's really interesting to look at.
Maybe.
I mean, you know, I wouldn't buy it because that would make me a Nazi. But I mean,
yeah.
Oh, did you guys hear about the? Okay, I don't know if we should talk about this, but there was like a trend on TikTok, for Gen Z generation that they were gonna get a tattoo like with a Z on it, but it looks almost exactly like one of those Nazi symbols.
Oh, really?
wow, really?
Yeah.
Wait, I think was this a joke initially, and people are taking it seriously?
I think people didn't know, but I think they got absolutely trolled by somebody online.
Yeah,
And I think it's
no doubt.
possibly very funny. But also,
How did they write
most
the
definitely.
Z?
so there's a Z and then there's like a line in it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That
You
makes
gotta-
sense.
You gotta, go to history class,
Yeah. Sometimes you just want to get it swastika on. But something that I do on my free time. So I've recently, this is within the past year or so, I've been like becoming a really big fan of audio and learning about audio.
Yes.
It's because it has like the tangent of learning editing and how to edit videos and stuff like that. So I'm always like researching about audio and stuff, to the point where now I'm just like fascinated every time I learn a new technique or new ways I can measure audio or fix audio or like tweak audio to produce some sort of effect. It's sort of like taken over my sort of focus when it comes to editing nowadays. I love audio. So much so to the point where, I bought these new fancy headphones that cost me tons of money.
Is it so? It's a bad hobby or a good hobby?
It's a good hobby. I really like it. It's kind of useless in practical terms.
I mean, it'll be useful for your YouTube channel.
I mean, it is useful for YouTube channel. And maybe if, I do anything else that includes audio. maybe.
I want to make sure I got that right. Give me a second.
Got what?
You want to
right?
make sure you got it right?
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Is he playing
Something
chess?
that
No,
something
no.
that I do. So I actually want to ask you guys.
So you're a
Okay.
phonophile.
Phonophile, yeah, essentially.
Oh yeah.
I'm becoming one. I wouldn't say I'm one yet, but like the more I learn about audio, it's just more and more fascinating for me, and I get into it. But something I want to try out in the future is voice acting.
Oh,
I think that'd be really cool.
I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I think it would be fun.
What
What
you,
would you-
Connor?
What would you voice act though?
What would I voice act? Just like fun characters,
You do have
like cartoonish characters.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking about it now and all the voices that you do, and yeah, I understand.
I think
voice acting would actually be really fun, honestly.
yeah,
Dude,
like
I'd
there's
be so bad at that.
well, maybe not. I don't think you'd be bad at it, Cameron. I think you'd be fine.
I'm okay. I'm so bad at impersonating, and my voice, like literally the only voice I could do, the only reason I play an orc in Connor's campaign is because it's just a low, gruff voice. That's the only one I could do.
Oh yeah, that.
Well, how about a high voice? Can you do a high voice?
That voice?
No,
fucking
I
fucks
refuse
the
to
throat.
because it makes I'm scared to.
Wait, what?
You know,
Why
I've
do you-
I've never heard Cameron make a high voiced impersonation.
You know what? You're right.
I think it's because in middle school I got made fun of a lot because my voice was way too high and I
Yeah.
screamed a lot and was
It's okay.
annoying.
Yes, you were. I remember this. You had a
Remember
very
this?
high pitched voice. Yeah, it's fine now.
And then after that, I'm like, I'm ditching it, and then I changed my voice to something I like more.
You
I mean,
just chose to
lower.
change your voice.
Yeah,
chose to
it's-
change it.
It's puberty.
Fuck.
change kicked
How
in.
I'm
the
not
hell did
going
you do
back.
that?
I'm not going back, guys. It only goes down from
All right,
here,
Cameron.
not
Cameron,
up.
here. Okay, everybody.
Uh-huh.
Do your girl voice right now. Come on. I know you all got
Fuck,
one.
I'm scared. I can't. This is legit a fear.
Hold on. Let me.
This
Let
is
me,
a fear?
let me find
It's
something
an
to say.
actual
Let me find
fear of
something to
yours?
say.
Come on,
Uh,
Cameron. I believe in you.
Oh god, I want to make sounds out of my throat, but my mind's like, hold
No.
that shit back, boy.
Dude, you're hesitating right now. You're hesitating. You can't let it happen. Do it.
I'm also hesitating. I don't want to do it, but
I think this is unfair because like this is not playing to our strengths.
that's fair. Okay. I mean, it's playing to my strengths, but
Think of a different role.
How about this? How about this? How about this? By the end of this podcast, you have to at least try to do some voice in a feminine way. I'm gonna.
Usually-
in
I'm
the meanwhile,
scared.
I'm gonna like find a quote that we can say, and then we'll test it as a closer.
Oh, fuck me.
okay.
Usually when I like role play as a woman, I usually just make my voice just a little bit softer.
I mean, that's
Mhm.
fair.
What
I
happened?
mean, like, a feminine voice can also be deep. It doesn't
Yeah, this
have
is
to be
true.
high pitched. But I don't want to,
That's
I can't.
okay. You know, it's
I don't
fine.
want to.
He doesn't want to. You know, that's fair.
You can't make
Whose turn
Kenny.
is it, by the way?
I can't make you. Psh.
Whose
Connor, I can
turn-
make you talk about your next hobby.
Fuck. Do I have another one? You guys know about me and my map drawing, which is it's not a secret. I
Isn't
I
that hard
don't
to think
know.
of still?
I think the thing that's my struggle is that I never shut the fuck up, and usually so that tends to have me talk about all the things I enjoy. Rarely do I keep things to myself.
Hmm. How about that one time?
I mean, we're not supposed to know the hobby, are we?
All right.
I don't
well,
know.
no. Go. What the fuck is? What are you
No,
about
no,
to say,
no.
Ken?
I don't know anything, honestly. I mean, do you? Well, like, what do you do when it comes to? Well, I guess I was about to say cooking, but then we all know that you cook. And that
does
you enjoy
cook.
cooking.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
cooker.
I think we all cook except
Me.
One person.
Me.
2 people. Okay, 2 people.
I mean, I can cook, but I don't cook regularly.
I guess if I had to say a hobby, a hobby of mine is learning how to properly roast potatoes.
Just
Potatoes.
specific.
I have roasted potatoes many times, and I've learned like what are good potatoes for this, what aren't. Like boiling potatoes and how you want to boil them. Also, like how you want to shape your potato chunks. What do you want to season your potatoes with? How long you want to roast them? It's like a food that like the end goal is all very similar, but the process to getting there can be really diverse.
I've never put something on a roast before, so that's interesting.
I don't think it's a roast. I think he just puts it in the oven, Kenny.
Yeah.
Oh.
You put it in the oven.
So wait, hold on. First off, let me just get something clear. Why the fuck do they call it roasting if they just put it in the oven?
It's the process. You're not necessarily baking it.
Why don't they just call it broasting potatoes? Or broasted
What's the difference between roasting and then baking then?
Great question.
Baking is inside out. Roasting is outside in, I think.
Isn't that just boiling?
Right? Yeah, that's broiling because it's in the oven. Roasted is like over a fire, but you can't have a fire in your oven.
Guess.
So they put a B at the start for some reason.
So would it just be calling roiling if it's roasted?
It's royal. What?
That's if you put a B at the front of it.
That's if you. What? Are you? Do you mean to say oiling?
Hey, brother.
No.
You know, I'm gonna really rake my next, beef. I'm gonna rake it. Why?
I don't
you're
understand.
Just adding you just add a B in front of it. It's baking, dude.
I think
baking.
Shut up.
But you just went for a breaking.
Shut up. I just realized.
He made a mistake.
I think
I didn't want to say anything.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Go on, Connor. Go on.
If I had to think of like a hobby in terms of writing, one thing I like to do is like in my mind I have almost like a character vault, and if I think of an interesting aspect or like an interesting thing, I'll make a character, and whenever I can implement that, not just in like D&D, but whether in like any type of story, I will. And yeah, it's interesting because like one character that actually came from one of Kenny's original D&D games when we first started playing D&D together. I think his name was Romerick Valdo. I think I've implemented him in probably 4 to 5 games now. And I like putting him in games because the whole gimmick of him is that he keeps popping up in places despite him not wanting to. And shit like that. I don't know. It's fun when you can connect stories with characters.
Yeah, I feel that. Actually, can I say mine? Because it kind of correlates to what Connor just said.
If I said no, what would you do? No, go ahead.
Okay.
But I'll say no.
I come up with a lot of character ideas, just in general. Just I make characters for stories that I'll never do. Like for D&D, I have like 20 characters already planned.
Crazy.
For any session. And I doubt I'll ever play any of them.
But you're stuck with Bojack.
I'm stuck with my orc
You should
boy
put them
Bojack.
into like short stories, even
But
if it's just like
I'm
a
bad
tiny
at writing.
backstory. So
That's
who
fair.
says that you have to be good at writing to write?
It's so time consuming though.
I mean,
And
you have a character, right?
Well, yeah, but what am I
There
going
you
to do
go.
with that story? Just see. Okay, I don't like hobbies where I keep it to myself, or like I can't
What
invite
do
others
you-
to join me. You know,
I mean,
You
I
don't
guess I
have
understand.
hobbies that involve yourself.
Like,
I
just
like
himself.
hobby. Like
He likes to be interactive.
for example,
He's an
I
extrovert.
like antique shops. I like museums because you interact with them and you can invite someone to join you with. and they don't have to
Guess
know
so.
you love this.
I think the
But-
thing that Cameron likes interacting with things that are already put out there, but when
Yeah.
he has to do it, it's
I get scared.
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
I feel a sense of like, what am I doing? This feels I could be doing something more fun that other people can join me on.
I
He
see.
likes
We
his
could have a
friends.
writing sesh.
Have a writing session.
Yeah.
I guess we could do that one day.
I think that's why I liked poetry more in like high school. I loved poetry because
hate
I
poetry.
enjoyed
you
poetry.
shared it.
Mm.
Yeah, but that's
I-
exactly why I hated it.
Oh, okay.
I hate
think
poetry.
I think the one thing that's nice about poetry is that like you can put it out there and then you're good. Like
Yeah.
the act of refining is a lot more unnecessary than with other forms of writing, and
Yeah,
it
you
helps
can forget about
you can encapsulate ideas in a much more simplified way.
Mm.
Yeah.
I guess that
Like-
makes sense, but
Like a
Like-
story, you have to tell a story, but like with a poem, it could literally just be that.
Mhm.
It is
Like I
true.
like brainstorming ideas and cool concepts, but I don't want to enforce those concepts.
Why not?
I just like coming up with this would be cool.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
Leave it
I think I'm
there.
the opposite. Like
I need to
Where-
work on that more.
where poetry, poetry relies on your ideas. All you got to do is get your ideas on paper.
Mhm.
I'm more into the language of how things are strung together.
Yeah, that does seem like you.
I hate poetry because of that fact.
Oh.
It's just like poetry. To me, poetry is nonsensical. I don't like it at all. I've spent
Oh.
years. I've gone through an entire university's bachelor's degree learning about poetry, and I fucking hate it.
Huh.
That's crazy.
I feel like
Actually,
everyone hates poetry.
I'll say like a hobby. I guess I can say is I like writing poetry, but
I'm
I
glad
don't do.
you like
I seldom do it. I have had my poetry published before.
What?
Oh yeah. Was it the 12th
school.
grade poetry book compendium or something like that?
Yeah, I've had my I've had my poetry published through that. Gave it to our English teacher, and then he put that through, and then I got I'm not sure if I got a free copy of it or not, but yeah, I found my my poetry in that book. That was weird.
That's pretty cool.
It is really cool. They approached me too and asked me if they could use my poem in their book, and I was supposed to do it, but then
You didn't
I
do
just
it.
never did. I never completed the form, and so now every year they send me a reminder saying, "Hey, we really want your poem in our book, even though like you were in high school years ago. We really want this poem,"
Oh.
and then they keep doing that every single year.
I just remembered.
Why don't you just say yes?
'Cause he doesn't want
I
it.
do want to say yes, but then it's just like, oh yeah, there it is. I'll probably fill that form out when I get home.
Wasn't there?
I never do.
Wasn't there some sort of event? I don't know if you had it at your school, Kenny, but wasn't there an event where you just like go to a big room of people that just like you listen to poetry?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so like I think it was 5th grade, 6th grade. My teacher was like, we were doing poetry. He really liked some of my poems. Like, hey, you should go do poetry for thought or whatever this event was called. And it was like, you go up to a huge group of people and then recite poetry to them.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
And he really wanted me to do it, and I just didn't give him an answer
Wow.
because I didn't want to do it, but I didn't want to say no.
That's
So
such
the best
a
thing to do is just,
Midwestern thing to do.
Yeah,
That is a Midwestern thing to do. Your silence
I wanna
is
be
enough of an
polite.
answer.
yeah. I'm just like, I'll think.
You want to be
about it.
polite by not saying no.
Yeah.
It's kind of backwards how we think that way.
It is.
We
fucked
just
up.
try
I
to
feel
be
like
nice.
if you leave someone hanging, I feel like that's even worse.
Mhm.
That would mean that's how I've begun to think now.
Can I
But,
ask one question to
Yeah.
finish this?
I mean, I wanted to talk about it.
Well,
now.
yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Mhm.
I mean, okay, I was just gonna say, what is one hobby that you would really want to get into, or that you were into and you want to get back into?
I got two:
Be quick. What are they?
gardening and sailing.
Oh, we already said gardening. What about sailing?
I like it.
Okay.
What about sailing? Like, what do you want to do
Yeah, what about
specifically
it?
with that activity?
He just wants to sail, brother.
Like by
I just
yourself?
want to be on a boat.
He likes boats.
Do you want a crew?
Do you just enjoy the aesthetic of being on a boat?
I hate
I'd
boats.
rather. Yeah, I like the aesthetic of being on a boat. I like being on the water.
in short shorts?
I literally
and,
just thought of a boat and got motion
vest?
sickness.
Okay.
Do you-
You know, for me, one of them. So I actually have three. I want to one day try out voice acting. I want to get back into learning languages because I hate learning languages,
Oh,
but I
sure.
really want to try and learn Japanese. I feel like that'd be really good for me, just because of how I am.
So
Okay,
you
that's
can
fair,
and-
yeah.
watch your VTubers or whatever.
So I can watch my VTubers without subtitles.
You can watch them live.
I can watch them live, yeah, and translate it in real time in my brain. I also want to get back into climbing because as a kid I loved to climb, and even like I would join my cousin sometimes going to go rock climbing, and I really enjoyed that. But I just never went back to rock climbing because it's such a niche thing.
You stole my
I
thing.
don't think there's a lot of it in the Midwest. You
That
can
was
find
my
it.
one thing.
Dude, Connor
That was
has
your one
2.
thing?
Kenny had 3. How do you have 0?
I'm
Or
very
one, I
boring
mean.
person. I just like what I do already.
Don't you want
Dude,
to
rock
do
climbing's
more?
awesome. You should
I-
do
How
it.
about dancing? Do you want to get into dancing?
No, I hate
But-
dancing.
Oh,
It's
dude, I
okay.
want to get into dancing, dude.
Dancing
That's a good
sounds pretty
idea.
good.
It makes me
Dude,
so
I'd get
anxious.
into dancing.
You want to go to a dancing class together?
Maybe
Oh,
improv.
yeah.
I would really
That'd
like
be
to
fun.
do improv.
Oh, improv would be fun.
Improv.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's so many things I want to do, guys.
I love doing improv. Like literally, whenever we play D&D, and I know that there's a dumbass character I'm going to give you guys, I get a kick out of improving during it. Like that fucking bird was so much fun.
I have
Oh
no idea
god,
what you're talking about. But
There's
I
no
had a
context
bird-
for the viewers or Alan.
that's okay. There was a bird. He's a bit of an asshole. There you go.
Bird.
incredible.
He's a bird. He's a badass bird.
Can I say my thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe.
What's your thing?
Oh, thank you. I really want to get into geocaching. I mean, I did for a bit, a
Geocaching.
long time ago, but I just love the idea of geocaching.
Can you remind
Do
me?
you know what
I don't
that
know
is?
what geocaching is. I'm not sure what it is. What is it?
Okay. So people post coordinates online to a specific place in an area around where you live, and they hide a little secret box, compartment, or puzzle somewhere in the wilderness, and you follow the coordinates on a GPS device and to the location, and there's usually like a logbook where you write your name
Mhm.
and then you put it back, and that's all geocaching is.
It's just hide and seek for adults.
It's hide and seek, but like people get super creative with it. Like they make puzzles they have to break open to actually get the logbook.
Huh.
And then you write notes
Dude,
in
I'd
it.
be
and-
so fucking mad if like I spent my day off. I go deep into the wilderness and there's some fucking like dumbass riddle I need to solve to get in, and I'm too stupid to figure it out.
The thing is they're like really hidden usually, or sometimes it could be just right out in the open,
Mm.
but those aren't as fun.
That's actually that's really cool actually when I think about
Yeah.
it, because it's an activity that involves others and it's strangers too, so there's a lot of trust that's
Yeah.
happening. But then I guess people do actually commit to the activity.
Yeah, I could put coordinates to my basement, but
Don't do
I'm-
that.
I'm
To
not
your
going to do
basement?
that. Yeah.
Can you put coordinates underground?
No, I don't think there's no Z axis.
There's no Z
Oh, okay.
axis, brother.
It's not like Minecraft.
You
One
gotta
day
There's
go
we'll get
all the way
there.
up.
One day we'll get there.
There's like a geocaching club at my school at almost said it.
At
Almost said
Stanford?
it. At Stanford University. There was a group for geocaching, but it only consisted of like 4 people. And then it stopped being a club because one person left and you have to have like 4 people to make it a club.
Oh,
Wild.
Damn.
So it went under like the first 2 weeks of my freshman year of college.
I guess so. I mean, I don't think the average person knows what geocaching is.
Yeah. More people should. It's fun.
I didn't know it for like the longest time. I heard about it, but I only recently learned about it maybe like half a year ago.
Oh, okay.
It kind of reminds me in terms of clubs. At my school, there was a paranormal club where like more or less, I think it was more just like a horror club where like if you want to look at spooky shit, here it is. And I remember we were watching Nightmare on Elm Street, and I just made like an offhanded comment to a girl, and like I guess my mistake was I may have came off a bit too strong, but like my intentions was completely just a joke. But I got a strongly worded email the next day that I was bullying her.
What?
Oh, whoa.
What did
And,
you say?
I don't know. I think it might have been like teasing, and like I almost never ever have a tone that indicates that I'm like genuinely being rude. Like it's always like a jokey tone. But like apparently she felt really hurt by what I said. And the president said, if you ever do this again, you're just not welcome back. And I was just like,
damn.
I think the thing that really sucked was like I think the person must have been like a friend of the president, because
oh yeah,
they never bothered to even like talk to me and let me know. They were just like they just gave me like this really stern warning right away, and I was just so embarrassed and uncomfortable by it. I never came back.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I was genuinely sad because I actually had a really good time. Like,
dude,
go ahead.
If you're in a horror club, I feel like you should have tough enough skin to handle something like that.
I remember there was this. I think I remember what it was. We were watching Nightmare on Elm Street, and there's like a really silly scene, and I think a girl screamed really loudly, and I don't know what I said, but like I tried to like play it off as like it wasn't that bad, but I must have been too. I don't know if I was being too bombastic. It may have. I don't know. Maybe I came off as an asshole. I don't know, but I definitely feel like there was a better way to handle it than just automatically like shooing me out.
Oh yeah, shutting you down, being like, you're not welcome in this club.
Because like I feel like when you're watching horror movies, the tendency is to like joke around and like not take it too seriously, and that's where I was going for. But yeah, no. At least I got in good with the tabletop players. Like, oh, thank God for that.
You know, my question with that situation is, if you're in a position of power, like what the president was, why wouldn't you like talk about that issue face to face? I don't understand this idea of sending emails out to people because it's so one-sided, and it makes the other person automatically feel shitty.
I think what happened was, this was like the second meeting I ever went to. The first one was just like people playing video games of like, remember that Alien Isolation? Is that what the game was called?
Oh yeah.
Like they were playing FNAF and that, and like the second one was Nightmare on Elm Street, and I think maybe the president didn't 100% know who I was, and they just heard a name, found out who was on their registry, and then just fucking went for me.
Jeez.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
That's hardcore.
I think that's a misuse of power, but
I think it's a terrible manner of communication, especially when like I don't know. It was dumb. But life goes on, and I made enough friends where I don't need to bother with people that are just going to make such intense face judgments like that.
Understandable. I don't like when people jump to conclusions without communication. You know, it's frustrating.
Nobody does, brother.
I think. Oh yeah, I remember one time. Mrs. Is it cool if we say teachers' names?
I don't know.
I think okay.
Let me say
just name the grade of the teacher.
It was the art teacher at high school.
Oh yeah, you don't need to say it. You don't need to say it. We all know.
Yeah, the bass art teacher.
What a
no, she fucking really liked me, and she liked me so much that I was sitting next to this girl, and something I don't like saying is I never would ever call a woman a bitch. I think that makes me really uncomfortable, the idea of calling somebody that. But I just I like calling people bitches when it's like totally a joke. Like, I'm pretty sure I've called all of you guys bitches before.
Sure.
She thought I was calling face. She thought I was calling her that. And she told that to the art teacher. And the art teacher, instead of immediately chewing me out, was just like, hey, I don't think that you actually did this, but could you please talk with me and iron this out? And she totally came to my aid. I could have gotten in so much fucking trouble, but she helped settle this situation, and everything turned out fine. I didn't face any punishments at all, but who knows, if that was a different teacher, I could have gone into huge shit.
Man, I have another story with this. With the same teacher.
Get to me.
And hobbies. I'll mix it in. So I was, at the time, I really loved drawing sketches and drawing realistic art stuff. And I decided to join my friend Connor and my other friend Orvin into National Art Honor Society.
Dude, I was fucking there.
You were? Oh, wait, were you?
I was there the last year.
Oh, the last year. Well, I stopped going, so I don't think you were there when I went. But the reason why is because I felt like this teacher, the one you are speaking of, felt like I didn't deserve to be there. Because she kept giving me jobs, like clean up this area, carry this to the mosaic area in the lunchroom, giving me all the jobs that don't require me to draw or actually contribute to an art project. And I felt so kind of out of place. I don't know if I ever brought this up with you, Connor, or either Orvin.
Yeah, dude, that woman was an absolute bitch, and I don't know how anybody could have liked her.
She's very critical about your art. If she sees something wrong, she'll bring it up. I do too, but
there's a
this wasn't for class.
She literally is like, you cannot do this project because I don't think you're not good. You're not good enough.
You're not good enough. Yeah. I was drawing, and she's like, "Oh, let this other person go there." And I think it was Orvin or someone else who's a super good artist. I'm like, "Yeah, they'll do a better job, but I kind of want to do this."
I guess really I don't think weird. I've ever had any bad experience with her. Whenever she would criticize me and my work, she said she always framed it in the sense that this is too ambitious for you to complete in this amount of time. So it's you gotta choose something else. So it's okay, you know that makes sense.
My dogs are going crazy. I'm so sorry.
In Project Runway, when they're all making their dresses, and that guy comes in, I think his name is Gunn, and he's just like, You just simply can't do this in this amount of time. That was a reference that you guys got. I'm sorry, I watch a lot of fashion shows with my sister, and I always try to find this guy. There's this one guy in Project Runway who's genuinely really, really good at advice and really, really good at fashion, but sometimes he tears them apart, which I think is really funny to watch.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but you know what?
I'm sorry. This was. I did not appeal to you guys in references today.
I guess we know another hobby of yours is watching fashion shows with your sister.
I watched them, but I wasn't crazy about them. Let's say that.
Sure. All right. Is there anything else? We've been going for an hour.
I think we got to close it. Unless, Alan, there was something you wanted to say?
Not really.
Okay, boys. If that's it, then let's go ahead and end the podcast by doing an exercise. Now, I want all of us to say this quote in a feminine voice.
All right, give me a second. I gotta practice.
Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna give you guys a little 1 minute to practice. Okay. Take this time to find their voice, find your manner of speech and how you want to do this. I'll fill the dead air by describing this quote. So this quote is a famous quote said by, what was his name? Tom Hanks, the famous good boy Tom Hanks of Hollywood, and it's from one of his famous movies, Forrest Gump. Now, in Forrest Gump, I think there's only one quote that always sticks in your mind when you think about the kind of shit that he says.
Shot me right in the butt cheek. That one?
No, actually, I don't even remember that one.
Being the buttocks, sir.
Oh, the buttocks, that's it.
The buttocks? Wasn't that his captain?
No, he said it to the news reporter, I thought.
Oh.
After getting back from the war, after getting shot in the buttocks.
All right, I got it.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay, Alan's got it. Cameron, you got it?
Give me a second.
No, but continue.
Okay, Connor, you got this?
I think I do, but I have to keep the bit of the southern accent to like make it possible.
Fuck, I'm doing the same thing.
Yeah, I think it's the only way. Like, it's the only way to ease yourself into it.
It really is.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. After someone goes, we're gonna rate it. Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10.
Stop.
All right. I'm gonna build this shit up. I'm gonna build this fucking shit up. Cameron, we gotta get you ironed out on these voices.
Dude,
okay, let's
I
start
have so
out
much
with
anxiety.
Let's start out with Alan.
All right. Give me a second. I got out. You're gonna make me laugh. Stop.
Okay, hold on. I'll do a countdown.
No, don't do a countdown. I'll do it. I'll do it when I want to do it. Okay.
Okay, fine. Do it when you want to do it.
Mama said life was always like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna. Yeah, I can't do it, dude. I'm gonna laugh.
dude, you started out fine. And then you just fell apart. I gotta give that a 4.
I was gonna laugh so hard.
You couldn't even commit to it.
Laugh. I can't commit to the bit ever.
I won't be able to get past Mama.
Okay, what do you guys rate Alan?
I'll give it a 4.
Wow, you're so generous.
I'll give it a 5.
5? All right. How about you, Cameron?
Out of
10.
10?
Out of 10. It's always out of 10.
What do you give his delivery?
2.
Yeah.
2.
Okay.
Ooh.
Let's do better. Let's do better. Let's get past the first word.
I like the art teacher voice impressions.
Okay. I'll go next. Mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Oh, that kind of transitioned more into like a generic kid at the end.
Didn't it?
I don't know, man.
I should have taken that line slower, huh?
Yeah, you should have taken it a bit slower. It went a little bit cracky, and it's like you started turning into either a kid or a witch, and I don't know.
Yeah. I think my mind reverted back to Diddle Kid for just a second.
You did, yes.
I think
I'll give it a 3.
So I have a tendency of when I'm anxious, I start to bite my nails. I'm fucking biting my nails over this.
Dude, I was doing that.
Dude, you want to improv? This is it. This is it right here.
No, this is not on my terms.
This is not improv, but you gotta fly off the cuff. Okay.
I think the thing that fucking paralyzes me is knowing that coming out is a very testosterone-filled voice. But all right, here we go.
Okay, hold on. Okay, yeah, go.
Mama always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Oh my god.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Ooh, that was a really good one.
I give it a 6.
Solid 7.
That's
solid
a 6.
7. That was really good. What about you, Ellen? What do you think?
I think that was a good one. I like that one. That was probably one of the best ones I've heard today.
Oh, thank fucking God.
Okay. Here we go. Here's the last one. Cameron?
Do I have to?
Yes.
It's literally our thing, dude.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Mama always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Good old Susie. That's
a hot take. Dude. That's a hot take.
Smoker Susie.
Susie.
Can I try something?
Okay.
So I have a voice mod that says man to woman. So I'm going to try it again, but with the voice mod added on. We'll see if that actually sounds like a woman. How about that?
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
This is the only time we'll allow voice changer on the podcast.
All right.
I hope it's not horrible.
Here we go.
Unless it's horrible, then it's not going on the podcast.
Mama always said life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
That shit.
Dude,
Freaked
that's something
me
out
out.
of a horror movie.
That
That's like something
scared
from
me.
Courage of the Cowardly Dog.
That scared me, dude.
That did sound like a Courage from the Cowardly Dog. For such a jovial line, that was fucked up.
That was creepy.
That
I give
brought
that a
out
1. I give
An
it a 1.
intense primeval fear.
You never rated my.
No, you can't do it. You can't do it.
can't
Okay,
do
we're
that.
ending the
You
podcast.
can't
Okay.
do that.
All right. Thank you for joining us on this week's episode of Co-oped Up, everyone. If you liked what you saw or heard here today, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us what you think about our voice impressions. Give us a rating. Go ahead. Destroy Alan.
I
Do it.
dare you.
All right. Thank you. This podcast was brought to you by viewers like you. Thank you.
Mwah.
Thank you.
Thank you.